Coral snakes are some of the most visually striking reptiles in the world. That bold pattern of red, yellow, and black bands has fascinated animal lovers and exotic pet enthusiasts for generations. But beneath that beauty lies one of the most venomous animals you can legally keep as a pet. Today, we're going to walk through everything you need to know about coral snakes: what they are, what they need, how dangerous they truly are, and whether keeping one is a realistic option for you. Let's get into it. Coral snakes belong to three genera: Leptomycurus, Microroides, and Mycurus, and are native to the Americas. They are elapid snakes, which places them in the same family as mambas and cobras. That classification alone tells you a great deal about the level of respect they demand. One of the most commonly shared facts about coral snakes is the rhyme used to tell them apart from the non-venomous scarlet king snake. Red and black, friend of Jack. Red and yellow, kills a fellow. The scarlet king snake has evolved nearly identical coloring as a defense mechanism, mimicking its dangerous counterpart to avoid predators. The two look remarkably similar, which is why the rhyme exists in the first place. If nature built a convincing imitation specifically to exploit how deadly the original looks, that tells you everything about the coral snake's reputation in the wild. If you are serious about keeping a coral snake, the enclosure is where everything begins. Coral snakes are nocturnal and solitary animals. In the wild, they spend the majority of their day buried under forest leaf litter or concealed inside hollow tree trunks, emerging at night to hunt. Your enclosure must replicate that environment as accurately as possible. The minimum enclosure size is 100 by 60 by 90 centimeters. While baby coral snakes start at around 15 centimeters, they can grow to reach 1.5 meters in length, so planning for adult size from the beginning is essential. Inside the enclosure, you will need branches, dense vegetation, and a gravel substrate. A false burrow or deep hide is also important, as coral snakes have a strong instinct to conceal themselves and will be stressed without that option. A reptile drinking fountain with clean, fresh water must always be available. Temperature inside the enclosure should be maintained between 25 and 32 degrees Celsius at all times. Lighting should follow a natural day cycle: 10 to 12 hours of light, followed by complete darkness at night. One thing that cannot be overstated is escape prevention. Coral snakes are skilled escape artists. Any gap, loose-fitting lid, or small opening in the enclosure is a potential exit. A loose coral snake in a home is not a minor inconvenience. It is a serious emergency. Your enclosure must be completely secure at all times. No exceptions. In the wild, coral snakes are carnivores that prey on frogs, lizards, and smaller snake species. In captivity, the standard recommended food source is small young mice, which do not need to be alive when offered. However, feeding is one of the most significant challenges of keeping coral snakes in captivity. Many individuals refuse to feed consistently, and some never fully adapt to captive feeding at all. This is not a minor inconvenience. A snake that refuses food over an extended period is a snake in serious decline. If your coral snake stops eating, the right move is to contact a reptile veterinarian who has experience with various species immediately. Do not attempt to force feed without professional guidance. Feeding difficulties are one of the primary reasons even experienced herpetologists find coral snakes genuinely demanding to keep long-term. If you are finding this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more exotic animal care guides. The full written care guide for coral snakes is also linked in the description below. Enclosure specs, diet guidelines, and safety protocols all in one place. This is the section that matters most, and it deserves your full attention. Coral snake venom is a neurotoxin. Unlike the venom of many other snakes, which causes immediate local pain and swelling, coral snake venom works quietly. It targets the nervous system, disrupting communication between the brain and the muscles. The most dangerous aspect of a coral snake bite is that symptoms can take up to 12 hours to fully develop. In the early hours after a bite, you may feel very little, but as the venom progresses, symptoms include speech difficulties, double vision, and progressive muscle failure. In serious cases, death can result from respiratory failure or cardiac arrest. The delayed onset is what makes coral snake bites particularly dangerous. People wait because they feel fine. By the time symptoms become obvious, precious time has already been lost. The critical information you need to know is this: an antidote has existed since 1967, and it is effective. But it must be administered at a hospital, and it works best when you get there early. If you are bitten by a coral snake, go to the emergency room immediately. Do not wait for symptoms. Do not try to manage it at home. Before you bring a coral snake into your home, make sure every person who lives with you knows it is there. If a bite occurs and the venom acts quickly, you may not be able to call for help yourself. The people around you need to know what animal you keep and that the only correct response to a bite is immediate hospital care. Coral snakes are not suitable for beginner keepers. They are not animals you handle casually, bond with through touch, or display to guests without serious risk. Even a juvenile coral snake at 15 centimeters is fully venomous. There is no safe size with this species. If you are drawn to snake keeping because you want an animal you can interact with physically, a coral snake will not fulfill that. Attempting to handle one without the proper training and experience puts you and anyone nearby in genuine danger. The keepers who do well with coral snakes are those who have years of experience with other species, have an established relationship with a reptile veterinarian who specializes in venomous animals, and have taken the time to educate everyone in their household about the risks involved. If you love the visual appeal of coral snakes, but are honest with yourself about the risks, a non-venomous colubrid is a far more practical choice. Scarlet king snakes carry almost identical coloring and are completely harmless. You get the beauty, the fascination, and the rewarding experience of keeping a remarkable reptile without the life-threatening stakes. Coral snakes are extraordinary animals, but they demand extraordinary responsibility.